Hey guys, this is the Excel video. This is part 2 of 2 videos. I hope you've seen the one in Word. Excel's not going to be too long, so I'm going to quickly show you these things. So the first skill is that you need to know how to type in a table in Excel, which simply means if you are given a table on a piece of paper, you need to know how to copy it into Excel. You need to know that these are columns and these are rows. Write those words out here: column and row. Don't get them mixed up. Columns are the ones that go from top to bottom, and rows go left and right. Don't get them mixed up. This is column D and row 12. These little squares are cells. So this would be cell D12 because it is in column D, row 12. This would be A13, cell A13, because it is in column A, row 13. You also need to know how to change the width of a row or a column, which I can show you right now. So you can see this line is too long and A kind of stops here. So move your mouse between A and B until your mouse, which is normally a white plus, becomes this shape. You see this shape, you click and just pull it. There you go. If you want it to be a little bigger, just move between B and C, pull it open. Same for a row, so if I wanted 9 to be bigger, I can move it between 9 and 10 and just pull it down. And that's pretty much it. When I say format a spreadsheet, I mean you need to know how to change the font, etc. It's just like in Word. Click any cell. Let's take this cell. Your font color is here, just like in Word. Size and style. Add a new worksheet and rename a worksheet is these sheets down here. I've made 4 sheets, but if you wanted more sheets, just hit the plus. Here's your new sheet. It's called sheet 5. To rename it, 2 ways to do it. One way is click on this 2 times, like a double click, like this. And then you can call it a new sheet, whatever you want to call it. Another way to do it is just right click, pressing the right button on your mouse, and just hit rename. And yes, you can call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it example 1. Remember, if you want to, you can even give the tab a different color, like red. So now you have that one tab that's in red. That's all for task 1. In task 2, you need to know how to use sum or average based on whatever is asked to you. So I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to enter a bunch of numbers. To find the sum of these numbers, we're going to use a function called sum. So press the equal sign first. Very important that you do. If you don't have your equal sign, the function does not work. Write sum, S-U-M. Open your brackets by doing shift, and the bracket is on the same button as 9. So press and hold your shift. Press the button. Select all the numbers with your mouse. You can close the bracket, but if you don't and you just press enter, the computer will close the brackets for you. There you go. That is the sum of all those numbers. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to show you average. Same idea, equal sign, average. If you forget the spelling, you can always look down there. Open the brackets, select all your numbers, close, and press enter. This number is the average of everything on the top. If I ask you to do count, it's the same idea, equal sign, count, open your brackets, select everything, press enter. 5, because there are 5 numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So sum is to add all the numbers, average is to find an average from all those numbers, and count is to count how many numbers there is. In the case of an exam, I would specify what you need to do, unless I'm saying add a set of numbers. In that case, you know that you have to use sum. The autofill handle, I call this the fill series in class. It basically means that Excel will complete a list for you. Like if I wrote Sunday, you need to know that I can click this green dot in the corner. So I move my mouse till my white plus becomes a black plus, click it and pull it down, and the list will complete. This is an autofill handle or fill series. It's the same thing. It works with numbers too. If I wrote 23, 24, and I'm going to select this, click on this little green thing, pull, and it should complete. You also need to know how to use a formula. I'm going to write that down here. Formula. A formula is different from a function because in a formula you do something like equal sign 23, let's say, times 2, and press enter. This is a formula. It's different from a function because a function is like the sum that we did over here, which I'm going to do again. Equal sign sum, open bracket, select everything, press enter. If in the question I asked you to use a formula to add two numbers, you would do equal sign the first number plus the second number, enter. If I said use a function, you will use sum. So don't get it mixed up. Formula is when I have something plus something. Function is when I say sum, average, or count. Now I'm going to remind you that on your computer, plus and minus are the same as you did in math, but this is your multiplication sign. It looks like a star, and this is your division sign. It looks like a slash. They're all on the number pad. I'm going to use that to generate the table of 8 over here. So I'm going to do 8 and click on this green thing, copy it down, and I'm going to do 1, 2, select all of it, copy it down until 10 because I need just the table of 10. So in this list I want to generate the table of 8. So I'm going to do equal sign 8 times 1, press enter. That's 8 times 1 is 8. I can click on this handle and pull it down. Now I have the entire multiplication table of 8. So 8 times 7 is 56, or 8 times 9 is 72. Try doing the multiplication table of 8 at home like this, or any number, but make sure you can use a formula to multiply, add, subtract, divide, and you know how to copy it down like this. Task 3 is how to sort data. You're going to have a table that looks like this. So imagine you had a table like this, and I want to sort it. That means I want to arrange it in a certain order. Select my table, go down here to sort and filter, right here, click on it and click filter. Once you do, you see these two boxes down here, and let's say the question said sorted in alphabetical order. That means in order of their name from A to Z. So I would go to name, click on this drop down, and do sort A to Z. Now you can see Fatima goes up because her name begins with F. Sally goes down because her name begins with S. I can also go from Z to A by clicking here. Just click Z to A. Flips the other way around. Just leave it at A to C. Sometimes I might say I need it from highest points to smallest points. So I'll go here to this button next to points and do smallest to largest, or largest to smallest. So remember, to get that option, select your table, go here to sort and filter, and choose filter. That's how you get these two buttons. And then you need to know how to make a chart or a graph, which is very simple. Just go to insert. There are all the different types of graphs here. You can just click recommended charts so you can see what they look like. That's a bar graph, it's a pie chart. I'm going to use a bar graph. Press OK. If your paper asks you for a pie chart, you'll go to insert, look for a pie chart, and just create a pie chart. There you go. I'm going to leave it at a bar graph for this one. Remember, a bar graph is good when you're comparing values. You want to see visually who's higher than the other. A pie chart is good when it is about percentages. When, for example, 20% of the class likes fruit, then you would use pie chart for something like that. But normally for something like this, I would use a bar graph. The last thing in task 4 is knowing how to password protect your sheet. So maybe I want to protect this sheet so nobody can change anything. Right click the sheet, there's protect sheet right here. Click it and create a password. I'm going to create a password right now. Press OK, enter the password again, press OK. Now it's locked. If I try to change it, I can't. It gives me this error. That is all you need to know in Excel. Oh, by the way, if you want to unlock your sheet again, right click and click unprotect. Put your password. Now you can edit. That's all you need to know in Excel. If you've seen the previous video and this video, you should be ready for your assignment. I will send you some practice work so you can spend the next week at home practicing this. And good luck.